Today's the 8th, and we are still multiplying binomials. So like yesterday, the difference is today we're going to do something. There are a couple of things called special cases. They're not really called special cases. I mean, that's just a kind of a title that math people like me have given them. They're unique. They're different from just the kind of ho-hum repetition of the delta math where every single problem is just FOIL, first, outer, inner, last. And you're still going to be foiling today, but the results are a little bit interesting, perhaps. So I have, oh gosh, 5 examples, and these should not take long. And you actually saw one of these already yesterday, so I don't know if you'll recognize this or not. Not this exact problem, but you did see something that had a result similar to this. What's the first thing as you jot this down for your notes? What's the first thing that just catches your eye there, Gunnar? What else? That's the key, is that there are certain criteria that make this a special case, and there are actually 3 of them. Criterion number 1 is that the first 2 terms are both 4x. Criterion number 2 is that the back 2 terms are both 9, and then criterion number 3 is that there's a plus and a minus in the middle. If all 3 of those conditions are met, something happens. Does anyone remember from yesterday what will happen? Let's take a look. Let's go through the 4-step FOIL process. So I'll do the colors and you tell me the answers. So here we go. What's red? Got a kid. Perfect. 16x squared. Let's head over to purple. What's purple? No. The purple terms are circled, 4x and -9. What do they make? They make minus 36x. Good. Been yelling for years and years about signs and how important signs are. And I hope maybe you're starting to understand why I'm this way. That, I mean, when people say 36x is like kind of the same as negative 36x, that's just dumpster fire incoming. So we have to hold ourselves to the highest standard when it comes to every little sign. Otherwise, we're always making life too hard. What's the green answer? Plus 36x. And then finally, the yellow answer. It is not 81. It is minus 81. And again, if you say 81, you're off. Literally, you're 162 units away from the correct answer. So again, we have to be tight, perfect with every sign, every positive times a negative, every negative times a negative. What do you notice is about to happen? Say again. The middle X's are going to go, right? They're going to cancel out. And problems of this format, this will 100% always be the case. If all 3 conditions are met, first terms match, back terms match, signs are opposites, 1 plus 1 minus. It is 100% inevitable that these 2 terms right here will always eliminate each other, leaving us not with a trinomial like most of our answers, but a binomial. So our answer here would be 16x squared minus 81. Okay, so that will formally be addressed today in the assignment. You'll start seeing these, a lot of these. Absolutely. What an intelligent question. If you see the writing on the wall, yes, don't even worry about the outer and the inners, or in my picture, the purple and the green. Like, don't worry about those because you know what's coming, right? Yeah, 100%. Right? I'm gonna I'm gonna change the order of my lesson here. I'm gonna stick with this one. Let's kind of strike while the iron's hot here. Does this meet the 3 conditions? It does. 3's match, 2x's match, signs are offset, right? Plus, minus, minus, plus. As long as there's one of each, then the conditions are met. And let's go back to what Dayton said. Like, could I save a little time here? I think I could. Let's do the red one first. What's this answer right here? 9. Let's do yellow. What's this answer? Yellow.
-4.
Mm-mm. So, Hector, I heard you first. -4x squared. And if you're uncomfortable with what just happened, like if we just leaped and you went, what? I thought I knew what I was doing. I just did what Dayton said. I skipped a couple steps. So if you're more comfortable not trying to make that connection, then you can go back and do the purple. Like, what does the purple equal? That's plus 6x, right? You do all 4 steps every time if you want. What does the green equal? Minus 6x. And then you can see for yourself that those are in fact going to cancel, right? So you work those as fast as you want to. But yeah, once you see that pattern, then you just dive right in. Okay, let's do one more of these and then I'll show you the other special case. And it's not even really that thrilling. Uh, let's do 10x minus 1 times 10x plus 1. Does it meet the conditions?
Yeah.
We got a match on the 10x's, we got a match on the ones, and we got a stagger offset on the signs. This is perfect. Green light. So what's red going to be?
100x squared.
That's it. Got the squared that time. Good job. 100x squared. And what's the yellow going to be? -1. Done. Okay. If it meets the conditions, then you can skip the outer and the inners because you know they're just going to cancel each other out anyways, right? So that's one of our special cases. I'm not going to give it a name today or anything like that. I don't want to add anything. I just want you to watch on the worksheet, the thing you're going to get on paper. You'll see quite a few of these. And when you see them, yeah, save a little bit of time. Do them just super quick. The other special case is this. It's a really important moment for me because I don't want to mess this up. Because as the guy who teaches your Algebra 1 and your Algebra 2, if you mess this up in Algebra 2, I really can only blame myself. And so I have a lot of pressure on myself right here. There is a shortcut to this that I'm not going to show you right now. First off, I will tell you the most offensive thing you could do. I'm going to write this in red. You can write this down if you want, provided that you promise to make a note that don't ever do this again. I'll do it once, and this is the last time. The most offensive answer you can give me is, oh, I'll just square the 2x and get 4x squared. And then, oh, I'll just square the -3 and get 9. If there were a math prison, if there were such a thing, this would get you like 40 to life with maybe a chance for parole with good behavior. Got it? If you're wondering why that is not correct, let's take a look. What does it mean to square something? It means, try again. What does it mean to square something? What does it mean to square something? Those are the words. Squaring in math by definition means to multiply something by itself. So if you want to see why the red answer is so unbelievably, terribly offensive, let's write out 2x minus 3 squared. Takes just a few extra seconds. Here we go. You can time me if you want. 2x minus 3 times himself. What was that? 4 seconds? And now you can't tell me that this is any different than what we did yesterday. Is it? It's just another math problem. Let's go ahead and go through the 4-step process. So here we go. What does that equal? Red, 4x squared. Purple. And again, do not say 6x.
Yeah.
Minus or -6x. Good. Green, and again, do not say 6x. It's another minus, isn't it? Because it's a -3 multiplying by a positive 2x. And then let's do yellow. What do we get? Plus 9, because it's a -3 hitting another -3, which of course we know makes it become a positive. Now, when you combine like terms, what do these two in the middle make? Right. And you can see now why that red answer up there is so relentlessly offensive. in the math world, right? It's not even close to correct. Yeah, you got the 4x squared. Yeah, you got the plus 9. Whoop-de-doo. Completely forgot an entire term. So please don't ever think that when you see a binomial squared that you can just square both pieces and be done with it. It's a bigger process than that. And like I said, there is a shortcut. I just don't want to go there today. I don't want to mess this up. So let's do one more of those and then I'll shut up and you can have the whole rest of the hour just to work. Okay. Let's do this one. What's the answer here that gets you 40 to life? What's the most egregious offensive answer?
Minus 25.
Yeah, I mean 36 plus 25x squared get you thrown in the slammer, right? We're not just going to square both like a couple of lazy bones here. What are we going to do?
Do six, yeah, 6 minus 5x.
You bet, man. Let's just write it out. So remember, we know what it means. To square something just means to multiply it by a copy of itself, an identical copy of itself. And then you like, oh, boom, I just made a new math problem. And I know how to do this. This is what we're just knee deep in practicing right now is this process. So what's red?
36.
What's purple?
30. Negative 30. Minus 30. Negative 30. Yeah.
Riley and Hector to the rescue. Minus 30x. Green.
Minus 6. Minus 68.
Green.
Minus 30. Yeah.
Another minus 30x. Yellow.
25. Where?
Plus 25x squared. Don't don't like try to write these backwards or anything. I put these in the lesson specifically because I want to make sure you understand that just generally the order that you get stuff in, just leave it. It's fine. You're going to want to like rearrange it. Just it's good like it is. But we do have to combine our like terms in the center. What do these make? Right. So overall, we wind up with 36 minus a whole bunch of x's plus that yellow guy at the end. And again, it's fine, just like that. Good to go. Any questions?